Oh, we're all back. Hi, guys.
We are back. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Encounter Roleplay. We would like to invite you this morning or afternoon to a fantastic venture into Miceland, the Mice Territories. Hello, we're playing Mouse Guard. My name is Four, and these are my fantastic players. We are unfortunately missing our fourth fantastic player, Misha, who is down with some food poisoning, but she doesn't have to deal with a bear, unlike the rest of you. Which brings us to just a quick introduction, because I want to get into it right away. Go ahead and introduce yourself, your mouse character, who they are, what their belief is, and just go ahead and lead us in before I hit up our sponsors for this day. Distracted Elf, would you like to go first?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Distracted Elf. I play Moira. She is a sort of like a scientist healer mouse. She believes that there's always a way to figure it out without violence, and her instinct is to always wait shyly for someone else to speak first, because she's a nervous little thing. Yeah.
Gracious. Excellent. And let's go to Emma. Tell us about Courage.
Hello. Yes, I'm Emma, and I'm playing Courage. His belief is I do my best to protect those who cannot protect themselves. And his instinct is, even though I'm scared, I stand my ground in the face of danger, which was put to the test last week. So I'm excited to see what goes down today.
All right. Indeedy. And staying beside you is Heathcliff. Give us that Mosscliff.
Hi, I'm Guillermo.
I gotta work on your character's intro.
And here is a mouse. I am a mouse. I am Heathcliff. And I believe that the territory's safety is more important than my own, which is an interesting belief for the situation that we're in. And my instinct is that the guard code always provides the right answer, which will be put to the test. I imagine what we have to do.
I imagine so, but before we put your code to the test, let us put our sponsors to the test, because we are here on Encounter Roleplay. We use Fantasy Grounds as our virtual tabletop of choice, and all of the beautiful roles that we shall be using are brought to you by Fantasy Grounds. Voila! It has other features that Mouse Guard unfortunately cannot take advantage of, but that is fine, because not only are we sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, we're sponsored by Whaling Games. Go get 20% off of your D&D, Warhammer, and 40k minis. And also, Dice Envy. They did change the sponsor sheet, so I'm getting this taken care of. Dice Envy. Now, this was interesting because they have a subscription service where you get new dice every month, and that starts at $5, and they do have limited runs. So I imagine the sooner you sign up, the sooner you get brand new dice to your delightful inventory. DiceEnvy.com. You can also support the show by tweeting. As I take this sip of coffee, you better have retweeted by now.
Why put that through the microphone?
We're an ASMR D&D group now. Oh, what a concept!
It's you want to give the viewers a long enough time to get that fantastic retweet, so the word gets out. Also, I just want to go ahead and say, I love the mice. I don't want to hurt them. So before anything else happens, please know that no mice were hurt in this actual campaign here. There is
Samson.
I'm trying to put them in a easy spot, because I imagine our recap is going to be a little harrowing. So I would like to request one of my players to grant us a recap, because hold on. Cat, yes, don't dig there. Stop my cat from trying to use the bathroom where she shouldn't. In the plants. Let's ask one of our players to recap, because Mouseguard has a special feature. You can recover a point of nature or recover from a condition if you deliver a prelude. So, who here needs to recover nature? Because that's the most pressing issue, I think, for some of you.
I do. I have 2 nature from 5, so I'm a bit down.
Courage blew through. You blew through your nature. It was amazing.
I did. I really wanted to save everyone. But if someone else wants to get rid of a condition, then I'm happy to let you do it instead. Oh.
I think it's all on you.
Awesome. Okay, then.
If you do need help remembering, because we did take a week off, so if you do need help remembering, we're certainly glad to pop in.
Sure. So we decided to make our way to Root Wallow, which we figured out with the help of Heathcliff's and I think just everyone except Courage's tracking. We figured out that was where the bear was heading next. Is that right?
That's right. So, you knew the direction it was heading.
Yeah. And we wanted to go and warn them and help them evacuate before the bear got there, to prevent any further damage like happened in Apple something. Oh, what was it called? There was the other place
Apple Loft,
which was Apple Loft. Yeah.
You went to Apple Loft first, yes.
Yep. When we got there, we realized that they weren't going to be particularly willing to leave their homes, and we had a little bit of a conflict as to how we should get them to evacuate. But we managed to inspire them to get up, get moving, and we formed a caravan. And we were planning to take them to Lockhaven, I believe, so that they wouldn't get attacked by the bear. Yes, home of the
Actually, it was Root Wallow that Apple Loft was where you discovered the bear had attacked.
Yes.
And then Root Wallow was where you wanted to head it off at.
Yep.
And then from Root Wallow, you wanted to take everybody to Lockhaven.
Lockhaven. Yep. So we gathered everyone and we made our way, but en route we were attacked by a shrike, and everyone except Moira and Samson sort of banded together to fight it, with Moira looking after the caravan, making sure everyone was okay, and Samson sort of being waiting to see what happened. The fight wasn't going particularly well, and Courage had to roll to see whether he managed to fend off the shrike or if it was going to attack someone, and he rolled a 1, so he failed. And as a result, Samson sacrificed himself and was carried off by the shrike, and everyone now has mental trauma, severe mental trauma. We made our way to Lockhaven, where we were told by now this is where it gets a bit confusing for me because I was in turmoil. We were told to find someone, Bennett, potentially.
That's right.
And go to Wolf Point to rally the mice. And then we did some individual searching, and I think Moira might have found some information out about what Wolf Point was, or someone did.
Mm-hmm.
And then yes, that's pretty much it. Unless I missed anything, please.
And then I think that's mostly it.
Okay.
A lot of you gathered and began your journey towards. Sorry, the cats keep doing entertaining things in the background. I really just need to veer this whole setup to face this way so I can distract the chat as well as myself. We can go ahead and jump into a journey. So essentially right now, we need to go from Lockhaven to Wolf Point. And if you guys look on your map that I have provided you, Wolf Point is all the way to the east. So this is going to take several days travel, I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much nature do I get back for the recap?
Oh, you get 1 nature back.
One nature. I want 3.
Yo. Cool. So what I believe I'm going to need is definitely, let's see, I know we did Pathfinder the last time you guys needed to go somewhere.
I have Pathfinder 3. So I could use that, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be obstacle 4, I expect.
I can help you with my scout,
so, yeah.
potentially.
I can help as well. I have Pathfinder.
Yep. Okay. Do you have a higher than 3?
And you will also...
Heathcliff? No?
No, just 3.
My Pathfinder is 3, but no higher. So, scout.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 help.
Right, scout will definitely help.
Roll on that.
And don't forget, you do have traits available. Ooh,
none of my.
You only got 1 success.
I did only get 1 success.
Ooh, oh, that's right. You have very specific traits. And well then, go ahead and mark up there for your Pathfinder. It is gently getting a little higher in terms of leveling up. And just so everybody knows, this system does use D6s. We use a dice pool. And then 4, 5s, and 6s are successes. 1, 2, 3s are failures. And we generally want to get as many successes as we can. So, right now, we will say this journey is going to make everyone hungry and thirsty. You guys have to keep pace because you have been given a letter by Gwendolyn to give to Bennett, who is in Wolf Point. And now I definitely require a second check because no journey is complete without harassment in the wilds of the territory. Cool. So I require a scout check.
Give me a scout check.
I'm scout 2.
This is going to be a versus check. By the way, did you guys bring your beetle wagon?
I only have scout.
Did we? Yes. No? So I feel like it's up to Heathcliff, really.
I think that it would have made sense to take it in case we had to carry someone injured. I would have advised to take it. Unless having a card slows us down, which I don't think it would.
Yeah, I mean, if we're taking the roads, it shouldn't.
I'm happy with having the cart.
Okay.
To be honest, even if it does slow us down, so I think its benefits outweigh the negatives.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm ready to do this versus test. And
yep.
I'll go. So I'm going to go ahead and roll because I feel like it's going to be good if you guys know your obstacle ahead of time for this. Obstacle 3.
Obstacle 3.
So I can help you with my scout. If we need.
Okay. So 3 so far. Heathcliff, is there anything you can?
I have scouts. So I can help you as well.
Okay, so 4. I feel like I spent my wises and my traits too early last time, so I want to hold on to that. So do you reckon 4's enough?
To beat 3?
1's enough if you roll exploding 6s. I mean, like, to beat 3 statistically no, but also if you roll high, it doesn't matter.
We've seen some incredible rolls and some horrifying rolls.
Yeah, I feel like my rolls
here.
are a little bit cursed, but okay, should we go forward with the 4?
I mean, what are the
Okay.
chances we encounter another shrike?
I do not see another option, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm doing it then.
2
Okay.
successes. One of them is a
successes
6.
and a
Do you 6? Do you want to go ahead and re-roll that 6 with a fate point?
I have 4 fate points, so I could do it. I think I'm. Is it worth it? Yeah. I'll do it.
Otherwise, you get a failure, which is a step in terms of leveling up your skill. But
Let's explode
Otherwise,
that
it's
6.
I will say, I will not give you
gotta-
guys another condition. I would make a twist happen.
Hang on, I rolled.
Ooh, okay. So you
Oh.
tied. Unfortunately, this is a versus test, which means we have to roll again.
Again?
So
Okay, cool.
here's again, yes, because we have to do a tiebreaker, or I will tell you this.
I love options.
So Emma, we
Hello.
could do this one of 2 ways. I could do a tiebreaker, and I will roll this creature's nature against your will, or
My will?
you can take, you can break the tie in my favor by using one of your traits against yourself, and then you would get 2 checks for the player's turn. Right now we're in the GM's turn, remember?
Yeah. If I use my traits, I'm not allowed to use them again in the rest of the game, am I? I can only use it once.
Only if you use them to help yourself.
Okay, so this would be against
You can use them
myself.
against yourself as much as you want.
I have Guard's Honor, Determined, and Fearful. They're all 1. My will is 3. Is that good or bad?
And they would be rolling 5 dice, whatever this creature is.
So I should roll will.
Or break it in my favor with one of your traits, and you get the player's turn to do whatever you want.
What's going to help the group more at this point?
You would be such a good patron. Oh, all you have to do is give in, says Swar. Ooh. I'm stepping back with this
That's
one.
funny.
Everybody's hungry and thirsty right now.
So I think I need a bit more explanation. So what's the benefit of using one of my traits as opposed to using my will? Because I'm a little bit confused.
So right now we tried to resolve this, but we both got the same number of successes. So that means normally we would do a tiebreaker, which means you roll your will, which is one of your abilities, and I roll my animal's nature. And then we see who wins, if at all. And then that would resolve it. But we could use your traits against yourself in order to get checks for the player's turn. And you remember the player's turn, everybody gets 1 check, and having more checks for the player's turn allows you to not only recover more easily, but also do more things in terms of narrating what you want to happen next in the story.
Right. Okay. Then I think I want to do that, but can I just clarify, what does it mean when you say against myself? Is then I take that off?
This would mean like in your it would just be like a flavor, like your trait works against yourself in this instance, unfortunately, like to your disadvantage. So like if you're fearful, then that means yes, you are fearful. You freeze up when you could have that your fearfulness actually comes to harm you in some fashion.
Okay. Then should I use... Okay, so then I'll roll fearful for this. And
oh no, you don't have to roll. It just you break it. Okay. You break it in my favor, so we don't even have to roll. You just say my animal wins, and I invoke a twist.
Yep. Okay, my animal wins, and that means I can.
No, my animal wins.
Later. Oh, your animal wins. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Your animal wins.
That's right. You don't have a an army of animals at your disposal yet.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what this thing is. It is a toad. And Courage, you are leading the patrol forward. And to your dismay, you hear this ungodly noise, this horrid croak. And you're so startled that you freeze, and your mouse instincts just tell you to like not do anything as the toad sort of hops out of its hiding spot where it was lying in wait for your beetles. And it lashes out its tongue and grabs 2 of your beetles, swallows them.
Oh no!
And then it just does
Heathcliff, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
And it starts to hop away.
That's actually so harrowing, like the image of that.
Well, I mean, as long as it's leaving.
As long as it's leaving.
Circle of life, man.
So your cart is going to move significantly slower now. Unless one of you decides to pull it, along with the beetles.
I have labor.
I think you have 1 left or 2 left. Or were those your only beetles? I want clarification, Heathcliff.
I would believe that a cart that could carry that much honey would have more beetles, but we're mice, so the honey wasn't that big, so I would guess that those were the 2 beetles.
Oh no, okay, so now someone has to pull the cart, or you have to abandon it.
Goodbye, cart.
We knew you well.
Yeah, I think we just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here goes the cart. You say a goodbye song, or farewell, I guess. It's just a cart.
Oh, can I / we take the cart, stand it up on itself, and write on it, "There's frogs in this area," for the next mouse cart patrol?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I like that. Okay. So you make it very conspicuous. And you leave it there to warn anyone that may come across it. There be toads here.
Yeah.
Beware. Okay.
Yeah.
That's very insightful. Well done. And you move forward. And because you no longer have a cart and the luxury of travel now is gone, I need all of you to make checks.
You make what? Sorry.
Make what?
Because,
sorry, you cut out.
Yep. You're going to be making health checks now because the luxury of travel is gone. And now we need to see if you are able to essentially stay fit. Because you want to get to Wolf Point in a timely manner.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if we all just like perish on the road and then it's over.
Could you imagine?
It's gonna be. It's only now. You got halfway through. I'm gonna imagine you got like 2/3 through the journey to Wolf Point. So this is like the last leg of the journey that you have to trudge your way through. So it's only going to be obstacle 2 health check. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And if you fail, you'll get a condition.
So we roll as many dice as our health has next to it.
Correct. And don't forget, you can use your traits to help you if you desire.
We currently have the hungry and thirsty condition, which means we're down a die, right? Like in general on everything. So.
That is only hungry and thirsty is only for conflicts.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And I'm gonna roll. And I have one more. I might have rolled that twice. No, I didn't.
Courage.
Hang on, I have one more.
Oh. Woo. Oh gosh. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna. I've already used a fate point though, so I don't know if I'm gonna explode it or not. What happens? Tell me.
I think you got it. I think everybody got 2 successes, which is fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. You are able to make this journey pass, thankfully without collapsing by the end of it. And as you are doing this, you thankfully don't see any signs that the bear that has invaded the territories has actually been in this region this north. So you imagine if it's somewhere, it's probably further south and to the west. You move forward until you arrive at Wolf Point. Wolf Point, by the way, for those who don't know, Wolf Point is a village that lies as far east as you can go before you hit the scent border. And it is here that this Bennett is supposed to be. You see, as you enter into this pasture, these rolling hills where dandelions and clovers are abound, that you see a rickety tower sort of built amidst this foliage, just peeking out, and you see from up top a mouse leaning over the railing, peering like this. He spots you, and he says, "Well, hey there!
Hello!
Welcome to Wolf Point. Hello there!"
Hello! Hi.
Oh, good gracious, guards mice. That's excellent. And you see this mouse is also wearing a guard's cloak. A bright yellow.
Ooh. Flamboyant. I enjoy it.
And he gestures to the waste of dandelions and says, "Well, happy travels to you, wherever you're going, because nobody really stops here at Wolf Point, but it's nice to see you. What are y'all doing here?"
No, we're going here. We're looking for Bennett.
Bennett?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, gosh darn, I can help you. Let me get down. And he throws a rope over, and he starts sliding down to greet you. And you notice he has a big mace sort of holstered in this in his belt. And he steps forward. He's a brown mouse as well, and he's a little bit thicker than most mice in terms of torso-wise. And he puts his hands on his hips and says, "Well, my name's Blaze, and I'm more than happy to make your acquaintance. Who are y'all?"
My name's Courage. I like your name.
Oh, that's oh, you're lucky you became a guards mouse. I can't imagine a carpenter being named Courage.
Well, that's what everyone tells me.
I'm sorry, but we're kind of in a rush. Don't want to like have all this like. It's not really important to have this conversation now. There's a big problem that we need to talk to Bennett about.
Oh, well, all right.
It's true. There
well,
is.
what sort of big? Fill me in as we descend into the hutch.
It's a bear. There, you're filled
Quite
in.
literally a big problem.
Yeah, he gives you guys like this. Oh. Well, all right then. Well, Well, I don't have an answer to that, but I'm sure Bennett does. And he leads you down into what looks like a hole in the ground. And there's a strange smell coming up from this burrow. It's hard to place. It's not entirely mouse, but it is sort of like like a dandruff smell almost. And you see that there is this white tufts sort of littered here and there as you descend into this decline under the ground. And you see Blaze grabs a lantern from the wall and just sort of lights it and just sort of illuminates the path ahead of you. And as you descend, he suddenly throws up his hand and says, "Whoa, wait, we got traffic." And you hear this loud thumping as several large beasts come bolting through the hole, and he sort of throws each of you to the side of the wall as these two rabbits come barreling down this path past you and up into the hills of this pasture. And he sort of looks to all of you and says, "You gotta make sure you watch out and listen just in case. Otherwise, you get run over, and that's no fun."
Crazy.
And he guides you further down this rabbit burrow.
Oh my
and
gosh.
you see that Wolf Point has been sort of constructed alongside this rabbit burrow, and it has functions and little houses sort of built. It's like Hobbiton was just put deeper underground almost. And you see that he is leading you to what looks like a more excavated area. And you see that there are stables here for the rabbits. And he goes to this stable, and he sort of bangs his mace on the lantern to make some racket, and says, "Hey, Mr. Bennett, we got some mouse guard here to see you, Mr. Bennett." And he says, "He must be around back. Let's sneak on over there." And he sort of takes you guys in with hushed tones just around into one of the stalls that have been built. And he sort of peeks in and says, "Oh yeah, we had a doe. Well, it's no longer winter, so it's gonna be, well, you know how it is." And you see that there is a cluster of almost these little lumps nestled against this large, colossal, furry rabbit, and they are squirming adorably. And you see there is a black fur mouse sort of attending to them. He sort of pulls them and tries to lift them up. It's like, have you ever seen that video of a zookeeper trying to handle pandas? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that.
Oh,
Yeah. And
so
this tall black fur also is wearing a guard's cloak. This one is a very muddled brown, and you don't know if it's because it was colored that way or because it is covered in dirt after wrestling with these little baby bunnies. And he glances up to you all. "Good day. Mr. Bennett, these mice have words to share, I imagine." "All right.
Not
Share
my
your
words. Not my words, sir, but words from Gwendolyn." And I take the letter out and hand it over.
Takes the letter. He sort of rips it open with his teeth and starts to read it. He nods again. "Well, dang. That's a shame. So you saw... what's this bear situation as you understand it?"
a bear broke through the. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, we think a bear broke through the scent barrier somehow, and then attacked. Was it Apple Loft, and was heading then towards Root Wallow, and it's a bit of a dangerous situation.
I think attacked is a strong word. More like stepped on.
It then stepped on Root Wallow. No, Apple Loft.
They tend to do that.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I got orders from the matriarch to activate an old protocol. We're gonna make the rabbit patrol a thing again. We don't do this often. And he says, follow me. And he walks out of this stall to this tack room where you see there are saddles and straps. And he says, grab a bunch of those. We're going to need to get old Hutch back to his old state. And you see he's actually like beginning to like wrap himself in this almost like a mount, like he's going to be strapped to the top of this rabbit, it seems. And he gestures to like these baskets as well. And you see him walk into the stable and just sort of making these almost these like soft noises. And Moira, you probably do have an idea on what rabbit talk is like, but it's a different language other than mice. And he begins conversing with a brown rabbit. And the rabbit is also soft-spoken, but I think give me a lore mouse check, because I think you are going to be the only one who's going to understand.
I have a 2 in lore mouse, so
yeah, it's going to be obstacle 2.
Okay.
Oh no, it's obstacle 3. Uh-oh. Do you need a failure?
I have a 2, so I can't do it, but I'll roll it anyway.
Yeah, it's an easy failure for you if you want to level it up.
I mean, why not?
Who knows? If you burn that 6.
Yeah, I'm not
might get another 6.
It's not statistically likely.
Well then, you hear this rabbit make some rather harsh comments. Then it tells him, "All right, Hutch, need to get your suit up. Got matriarch's orders." And Hutch says,
Oh, well, I couldn't. For you see, my doe has just given. She's brought life. How could you ask me to do this? How could you separate me from my children?
Favorite NPC.
Why you do this, mouse? Why you do this?
and Hutch frowns. And he says, "Well, I don't want to make you do this, Hutch, but I will if I have to. There's a bear on the loose, and Tapper's Point has stores and supplies that we need to deliver. That's our mission right now. We need to get these refugees from Rootwall taken care of. Lockhaven can't feed them all. Children be damned. You got a duty. I'm going to make you do it." And this is the twist, I believe, Moira, is that Hutch can be forced to do this, but he's going to be very very upset about it. You can maybe make a check to bring him around to your idea on, you know, helping mice. Otherwise, there will likely be more checks in the future.
Okay. I mean, I can only talk to it with a lore mouse check, right? So.
Yeah, your lore mouse is it's going to be able to communicate with it, but you understand you gotta like find you're probably gonna find the words a little harder to come by. Because while lore mouse, I believe, is used to like understand.
Do I need to make a roll, or don't know.
I think you would have to make like a persuasion.
Sorry.
I like your lore mouse check. Huh?
You're cutting out for. I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh my gosh, I'm cutting out. I'm sorry.
So what was it?
Okay, how's this?
A lore mouse check, or is that what you said?
We already made the lore mouse check.
Sometimes yeah. Okay.
So
but I failed it.
We made the lore mouse check. Yeah, so I invoked Twist, saying that while you can't communicate with him, you're going to understand that he's reluctant to.
Sure.
Yeah. And you would probably have to make a social check, either a persuader or a manipulator.
I have persuader.
Can we help with that?
Yeah, is there anything we can do to help?
You cannot communicate with him,
like neither
because you do not have.
Yeah. Can we via body language become enthusiastic and positive?
Are we gonna play charades with this rabbit?
A bit of like finger hearts going on.
I think it just.
Smiles.
I think Moira kind of just goes like, "It's an emergency. We wouldn't ask if it wasn't one. You know, it's very dangerous. It's bad, and we I'm not very good at rabbit. Help, please." That's like her whole thing. And I can roll your persuader. I only got PD6, but we'll see.
Do you want to use the trait, if any?
Well, I only have Inquisitive, Foolish, or Nocturnal, so none of them are particularly useful for this.
Inquisitive might be.
Inquisitive's not, because we're not like looking for something or doing something that requires searching. Foolish is the only one that could fit, and that only would matter if this wasn't the thing that we were planning to do already. Because it's not really foolish if I'm following the plan. So, and if it's nighttime, I guess I can roll
Foolish sounds good for.
It wouldn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, it's not nighttime right now.
So I'll just roll my 2d6 and live with it. I got the same roll as last time.
Woof. Let me actually. Yeah, I'm. Oh my gosh, unfortunate. So, he's going to chastise you, saying,
You request me, you demand this of me. A father in the matters of mice. Very well. But you will know I will be hunted for the safety of my children for this. I go for you and Bennett.
and you will be made for the simple matter of this rabbit is arguing with you when there's a bear wrecking the territories.
I'll be made what?
You have the angry condition.
Okay. It seems like sometimes you drop out when you're in like the down of your sentence. You know, like whatever the quietest you get,
when I reach,
you cut out. So like
pause. I'm trying to wonder if it's either something with my microphone or if it's something with vMix, which it's.
I mean, it is
sometimes
either
hard to...
lag on vMix or you're like not activating the voice activation on your microphone by volume. It's one of the two.
Blah. And I don't want to blow people's eardrums out, but so we shall saddle Hutch up, and then we shall make essentially a path. And Bennett turns to you all and says, "All right, we got. Well, I wouldn't call them saddles. We're going to strap you to Hutch, essentially." And you just got to make sure you don't fall off, all right? Oh, Hutch
Okay.
is he's a strong buck. He can handle it.
Cool. Okay, can you tell him that I thank him for his service and I'm looking forward to working with him? Please.
Sure. All right, courage, sure thing. And
I would like to talk to Bennett and say the path here was arduous and difficult. Our beetles got eaten, actually. Speaking of eating, do you have any food or water that you could provide us? It's been a long ride from Lockhaven.
I imagine we'll have some trail mix. You gotta understand, we're on a mission here. You might be peckish right now, but there's going to be people in Lockhaven that don't have a home, and they're not going to have food. You understand how quick the stores of Lockhaven are going to go down from all those people there? And of course, every territory at the tail end of winter, their stores are needing replenished as well. The whole purpose of the Rabbit Patrol is to make sure there's a consistent sharing of food. And all that wild country out there.
But sir, wouldn't it make more sense for us who are trying to do the protecting to like preemptively be strong enough to protect? If we're hungry, we'll be weak too, and we won't be able to protect the weak.
Well, that sounds like you're just using a bit of the guard's oath against yourself there, kid.
I'm sorry.
He sort of chastises you a bit and says, listen, I'll give you guys some sunflower seeds to tide you by, but we ain't got time for a proper meal right now. We're on duty.
Sure.
If anything, it's Hutch that needs it. Of course, I'm not being kind to him either. So hatch up. Let's head out. And he helps you all get hooked into Hutch. And you will be heading to Tapper's Point, which is not on your map, actually. It's going to be north of Wolf Point, but just a little west of the Scent border. So it's not going to be on your map, actually. And you've not heard of Tapper's Point before. And what I'm going to need now is, well, I'll go ahead and roll for Hutch, because the benefits of having a mount is that they can make the rolls for you if you need to travel.
Cool. Did he get my message about being excited to work with him? Ooh.
Bennett did translate it, but you imagine
Yay.
he put his own impression on it. Oh my god, Hutch.
Cool.
There we go.
Yes, Hutch.
Yeah, so that is definitely enough to make it to Tapper's Point without running into anything hazardous. Let's see. We will need to have a survivalist roll to make camp somewhere, because you guys are setting out immediately in the middle of the day, so you will have to take shelter somewhere.
I don't have it.
And if you guys do
Sorry,
need
guys.
do want, or oh my god, we never made goals.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot.
This is my downfall. This is my downfall. But essentially, you guys did get your mission. Your mission right now at the moment is to assist Bennett and the Rabbit Patrol as they make their delivery to Lockhaven. But yes, if you have an idea for what particular...
I feel like we have made many deliveries over the course of the couple of sessions that we've done.
We're basically delivery mice. I love it.
Well, essentially, the mouse guard is the only, mice. They are the only mice that are actually willing to go between the towns.
The mouse postal service.
Yo,
Oh,
I think
shade.
yo. That's honestly that's the main mission of the mouse guard is to deliver
know.
mail. Like that is
I think
yeah, I love that. There's so much in this book, and
I love it.
I'm still like waiting for David Peterson to be like, why yes, they are glorified postal workers. I want it to be
We said it here first, kids. I think I have a goal.
Yo. What's your goal?
I want to be stronger.
In what way?
So I think I want to. I think I want to spend some time working on my fighter skill, trying to, improve my sort of like ability-ish in some way, so that I can protect people better.
Okay. You don't want something like the Shrike to happen again, I guess.
Exactly.
My goal is don't upset Hutch.
That's a really good one. I love that.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. Woof. How about you, Heathcliff?
I think I'm going to keep the anger condition for. I'm not going to get rid of it, even if I have the option to get rid of it. And it's a mixture of
you
don't
don't
let go
have
of my
anger yet.
anger. Yeah, from last time when Samson died.
Oh, you never
Yeah.
healed
I
that.
have
That's
it.
right.
Disappeared. Nope, never healed it. So I'm not going to let go of my anger, but I'm going to try not to let it control me, which was like this close
Ooh.
when Bennett was starting to berate us. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just got.
We are angsty mice.
Yeah.
Watch out for the
Rough.
angst patrol.
It's rough.
Yeah. So feel free
All
to
right.
try and poke me and see what happens. And see if I can keep my goal or not.
This is I'm looking forward to this. Okay. And then that's where we come to the survivalist role.
I have Survivalist 2.
Because okay. It's gonna be obstacle 3, I think. Probably obstacle 3.
Does Courage or Moira have anything for survival checky helpies?
I do have survival. I have
Do you have more than
survival.
2?
I have 2, so still you. But I can help you.
I can help you with a laborer, I guess. I could build some shelter. I could clear some ground for us to sleep on.
Okay, so that's a 4d6, and I'm going to throw in Defender, I think. And that's going to be a 5d6.
Defender, I like that. Okay.
I
mean, you just had Toad, your transport. It would be awful if something ate your new transport.
Yeah. Can I do anything? Can Bennett or Hutch do anything, or is this just us check?
I'm gonna let you. No. I'm not gonna increase. You know what? Bennett will help. Bennett will give you helping dice. It's the least he can do.
So that's 5d6. I don't think Hutch will. I think Hutch is just pissed to be there anyway.
Hutch can take care of himself. Imagine.
Let's go. Oh, that's 2.
Ooh, you need one more.
Yeah, I do need one more. Which one is the one?
Here's,
Which one is the one
now
that
you can to reroll failures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would have to use your wise, and somehow use that to reroll one failure with a fate point. What's your wise?
Guard mouse wise. Okay.
So you'd have to tell me how you're training as guard. It sounds pretty easy, but it's. I want to hear your role play of this. Like, how are you using guards mouse wise to make sure this camp is efficient for everybody?
So Last session I was pretty quiet, and so this one, and I think it's because of the anger, and also because I don't like talking about other players. But I think that it's going to be more of a Moira, do this, courage, do this, and start barking.
Okay.
Kind of commands to try and mix anger in with the guard mouse and not work it out, but use it in my advantage to provide more authority to my command / suggestion / do this.
Now, this is kind of interesting because Moira, Gwendolyn gave you the sort of the head of troll position, at least until Bennett was contacted.
Yeah, but I know when somebody knows better than I do in a specific field, and I got no problem with that.
Okay. That's good. That's good camaraderie. Well done. And go ahead and spend a fate point and re-roll one of those dice.
Believe in you. Ah!
There it is. Everybody is able to solve this. I don't know if you solve it. You just survive for the night. You're in relative
another
comfort.
day.
You live another day. Congratulations.
See the sunrise with a tear in our eyes and hope in our hearts.
Now it is a bit strange being this far east, because you know that the scent border is very close, and you can already sense that this region of the territories is wild. It's so much more ripe with animals that are more curious about mice. You see that there are several crickets that wander into your camp and quickly hop away when they realize you're there. You see various birds nesting in nearby trees, and thankfully nothing threatens your presence in this dark place that you've nestled yourselves in. And the next morning, Bennett suits Hutch up once more and gathers all of you onto his hide. And you make the very bumpy trip, because I imagine riding on a hare is terrifying. It's like
herring,
a broken roller coaster.
Yeah.
Love that.
But you're making
as we're
time.
Attaching to Hutch, I'm going to help Bennett attach Moira and Courage, so that I can, without making eye contact with each of you, say, sorry, I was so curt yesterday. And just finish lashing you up and move on to the next.
I grab his hand before he goes, and I pull it back. I tie a little bit of yarn around it, and I say, "No hard feelings, friend."
I will still hold on to my anger, but that's adorable.
Yeah. There's one waiting for Moira when she reaches out, and one waiting for Kira as well.
Cute. And Bennett rolls his eyes.
There'll be one for you too if we spend enough time together.
I'm afraid I don't have room for it. He holds up a paw, and you notice that he's missing a few fingers on his right paw.
Oh no.
And he says, "We're gonna hit Tapper's Point today. We're gonna load these baskets." And you see that the saddle that Hutch is wearing, it has several large baskets and slots for something to be stored in it. And you push forward into a region of the territories that is sort of littered with debris. And you see that there is a trail that you're following, but it is a very hazardly made path cuts through the forest, the woods that you're currently in. And you finally see that there is a large pine tree that you are approaching. And its trunk, while like large, you notice that it is it's not healthy. It seems like the tree has several of its limbs falling down onto the path ahead of you, and it's clearly degraded over time. But you see this trail leads to this pine tree where there are almost houses sort of like built against the trunk, and there are little rope walkways that are sort of lashed together with the boards, and you see it's almost this little like a tiered town built onto this pine tree. And you are met by several guards who Bennett talks to, and he sort of thumbs towards Hutch and says, "We're loading up the rabbit. Want you all to be aware there's a bear on the loose. Just keep your eyes peeled." And that's when he leads you all to essentially get Hutch loaded up with radishes. There are also tightly compacted grain pots that are sort of lashed to him as well. And quickly you see that he is carrying so much more than just you four mice and Bennett.
Oh yeah.
So yes, it's
Are
quite
you
a
okay
sight
carrying
seeing
that
him.
much? I can't speak to a bunny. Oops.
Yeah, he's fine. He's done
Okay.
this before. And
Cool.
you hear Hutch sort of mumble,
Oh, I've not done it for several winters. You are cruel, Bennett. Cruel.
He's a big bad waiting to happen. I'm just saying it now.
Fine.
I'm putting it out there. I'm calling it. He's gonna eat us all. I don't know. He'll betray us to the
but
bears.
yes.
Moira,
I mean, I guess we
he
load
is a
the.
cruel.
I guess we load the stuff up and.
And time for one last scout check, because there is going to be a long journey, but thankfully Hutch is going to take care of that with his own role.
I shall help with the scout check. Whoever wants to do the main check.
Who did the scout last?
Yeah, because
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. I think it was courage. You want to do it again?
Sure.
Are you marking your successes and failures on the abilities? Because you might be getting up there for leveling scouts.
Do you know what? No, I haven't. I haven't at all, because I forgot that's the thing that we do. Cool. I love that.
oh no!
Oh my gosh. I was just thinking, like, oh, I wonder when I know when I level up. I'm so stupid. Okay, cool.
When
I
you
love
get
it.
to, yeah, it's same amount of
I'm
successes.
so stupid.
-1.
Yeah. So
Oh,
how much?
humbug.
I'm joking.
And who's gonna roll for the scout check, by the way?
Well, do you know what? I'll do it so that I can start marking things down.
Yeah.
Good. You have my help and
okay, so
Moira,
I
you have
have
scout.
I have 2, 3, 4. Sweet.
Okay.
Did I?
Wait until I roll, because you're gonna
Okay.
balk when you see.
So
4 successes. That's what you're up against.
So what are we? So we are moving from what's it called? Tapper's Point.
Yep, and you're going straight to Lockhaven.
Right. This is important. So I'm going to tap into something. Should I tap into one of my traits? I could do determined because I really want to do this.
Yeah, do it.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to do 5. That gets me to 5d6. So let's see. Oh my! Hang on. Yay! I got some 6s. That's crazy.
That's upsetting for me. So you unfortunately don't have enough to beat them because we are tied. But
can I burst?
You can spend a fate point to. You can roll. You can burst those 3 6s with a fate point. Well done.
All three of them with 1.
Yeah, it's all the 6s.
Yes, when you spend a fate point,
Oh,
they all
this
explode.
is crazy, guys. Oh no. Loves that. I love that. I love failure. But
Ooh.
1 failure.
So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're tied.
Rough.
Oh.
So we have to do a tiebreaker roll. Or if you want, we could do another break a tie, and you can get 2 more checks for the.
Oh wow. This is important.
That would be
more important than me becoming strong.
Everything.
Oh my gosh, what was that? What is that? Sorry, my phone just went off. Okay.
Ow.
So yeah. If we do a tiebreaker roll, then I roll 4 again, and you also roll those again, right?
You rolled your will, actually.
I have 3. How willful do you reckon this thing is? Okay. Okay. Now, if I roll my will, does my will go down?
No, it does not.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say. Well, what do you guys think? Should we auto fail or give it a go?
I think you're going to be rolling 3 against 9.
Yeah, I think you're going to be probably a little down on the dice.
You really don't want to fail on this. Up to you.
I really don't think we should. So I'm going to roll 3d6.
Okay. I'll roll 5d6.
Oh.
Oh, that's so mean.
No, that's so annoying.
That's so mean. Tragedy.
Also, I do want to say really quickly, my light is bust, which is why it's so dark in here. I'm living off of 1 lamp, so that's why.
Yeah, at least your face is well illuminated. And from there, we unfortunately must invoke a twist. You begin to move forward with exceptional speed. You send. You cross the territories exceptionally fast. It is lovely until you guys get close to Darkwater. And the lot of you are running along, and you can see the coast in the distance. There is this little shore and this big lake that is rife with activity. You see little mouse ships in the distance riding across and taking harbor in Darkwater. And it's been fairly calm in terms of a journey compared to the Beetle Wagon until Hutch runs into something that causes him to trip up and barrel forward, slamming into the ground. A sharp cry, this horrid, and he slams onto his belly, his back legs stretched out, and
not my best friend Hutch.
Lays there without moving for the moment. The lot of you are jostled by this, and start to unhook yourselves from your straps. Bennett also trying to like loosen himself from his seat. And Courage, that is when you see there are what looks like several mice, all of which wearing camouflage, hiding in the brush and stationed trees above you.
Great, cool.
And
Thinking about what I know about the guards' mice and their enemies, what would I know what these?
And they are all armed.
Yep.
And you hear one of them cry out, "All right, are you guards' mice? Unload the rabbit."
I'm technically not. No.
I'm seeing to Hutch. I'm like checking out if Hutch is like injured or something.
Yes,
this.
he has what looks like a very like. At first, you think they're burrs until you realize they're like mouse caltrops.
No.
And
Alright,
his
well,
feet are bleeding.
Can I make a healer check then, and like try and get him better?
You could until
'Cause if I get these
one
things
of
out
the
of his
mice.
feet, then we can go.
Oh, okay.
My plan is like while they're talking to whoever else, I'm doing this. That's
Okay, right. So to help, I'm going to then use. Can I add a persuader to that to help? To say that I'm distracting them by talking to them, and then you can get an extra die.
That sounds like a manipulator, straight up manipulator. So how about this? How about this? Courage, you do your manipulator first. Moira, make a healer check. You're gonna have to. It's obstacle 4 to treat this.
So you want me to make the check or wait until somebody else does something first?
I'm gonna let you make the check.
Okay. I don't
then
suppose
Courage,
can help.
make a manipulator check.
So
I suppose
I was
help
going
with
to say
this?
I only have persuader. I don't have manipulator. I
You
think
would have to beginner's luck it then.
Sure. What does that mean?
Roll half your will, round it up.
2. Sweet.
Okay, so am I rolling or are you rolling? I don't know what the order of operations is here.
Here's what I think is going to happen. Let's roll Courage's manipulator first.
Okay.
Sweet.
And
Cool.
if she's successful, you will be able to make your healer check.
Cool.
This is the versus test, however.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I explode that? Can I explode the 6?
Yep. Go ahead and spend a fate point and explode that 6.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's a tie.
It's a tie. Okay,
Oh,
that
one
means we
fate
have
point,
to
let's go.
roll tiebreaker again.
Oh, I hate
I
this.
don't
Why
believe
is it
this.
always me?
This is so
So-
funny. This is so funny.
So remind me.
Okay,
I
are
should
you
know
ready?
by now. Yeah. Am I rolling my
I
will?
mean, unless you want to do another tiebreaker.
No, I feel like
Alright,
it's
I'm gonna
important that
roll
we
their-
have. Okay. They're gonna have a lot.
Ah!
What is this? I hate it.
Oh, it's
I
so
hate
good. Okay, so there's a double tiebreaker. The rules for double tiebreakers are the defender wins.
Is that us?
And in this instance, I would argue that these bandits, as they clearly are the defenders because you're trying to trick them.
I would argue that this is their ambush, and we are defending ourselves.
We're defending
Therefore, we are the
ourselves.
defenders. Actually,
Yeah, we want to save Hutch. Please.
We are
Merciful
defending the
GM.
territories by providing food for refugees. If that's not defending,
How do you know these aren't refugees? Maybe they just found all these weapons lying around.
You just said they were
How about
bandits.
this?
Inside
How
check.
about this? Can I use my last fate point to explode that 6 on my second tiebreaker? My last one. I don't know. I burst
because I
through these
think
things so quickly.
Projected Elf's
Okay.
logic is sound. I think that it is
Okay.
sound. I will allow you guys to be the defenders in this instance. And
Yes,
Distracted
sweet.
Elf, Moira begins to tend to this pole pause, and he says,
All my stars, how treacherous you, my sword. You are evil.
What? It's crazy.
he squeals.
Can I help Moira?
I'm working as fast as I can.
You can help
me?
Moira, yes. If you have heal.
Yeah.
Can you help?
Oh, I
All the
don't have healing.
while, I'm like to the guys,
Oh, okay.
everyone keep calm. This is just a big misunderstanding. It's all fine. Let's just take a breather.
I could use Survivalist or Apiarist to help in the wounds, because I have some honeycombs from the first time we entered Apple Loft.
That's right. Those honeycombs. Okay, but your honeycombs are going to be depleted after this,
Yes, of
okay?
This
All
is
right.
my version of labor.
My version of laborer, yeah. Okay, so that gives me 5d6, so it's a 4d6 check, but maybe I'll get lucky. We'll see. Boom!
Oh!
Get out of my
Guys,
way,
we are-
healer extraordinaire!
We are
Oh
crushing
my
this game.
lord.
Very good.
Moira just whips out the bandages, starts pulling caltrops out of the.
You're not even looking.
No, she's not even. She's like wrapping bandages while doing other stuff and just like working as fast as she can.
I'm just imagining Trauma Center on the
Pretty
Wii.
much.
Like, yeah.
Pretty much, and then as
amazing.
soon as I am done, I yell, "Everybody grab on!" and I go, "Hutch, go!" like,
Okay, everybody grabs on, and Hutch bolts. I'm gonna make a fighter check against Hutch's nature because they do not want him to escape, and I'm gonna see if he takes any more damage. There's their fighter, and here comes his nature. Once again, the benefiting amount is they can do the battle for you. Hutch, you are unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
This rabbit, the arrows that
great.
these mice have knocked begin to fire down at all of you, and in the same instant that Moira says, "Hutch, go!" all of you snatch onto his rear end, his big floofy tail, and you're terrified for a moment because it feels like the fur is going to give at the instant he pops up and begins pounding his back legs, pumping, burning his muscles into this horrific speed. It felt exciting riding him in the saddles when you were strapped to him, hanging on for your life. Something else. Courage, you see them start screaming and hissing and howling with rage as you see spears and arrows flying towards you. And for an even more terrifying moment, you see one of them sort of like hang in the air by your head, traveling almost at the same speed.
No!
Because I just love how intense that sounds.
Let go of me!
Yes. You begin to ride forward, and the last check of the GM's turn is going to see if you are able to hold on tightly enough. Everybody give me a health check.
Health.
Obstacle 4.
Obstacle 4. I'm going to have to do my 5 and 1 again. So,
And
oh,
if you
sorry.
want to use your traits, this is the time to do it.
I got 5 successes.
Moira,
I'm
I
feeling
cannot
pretty
think of
confident.
anything more foolish than this.
It's true. I don't know what my trait gets me though. What's the benefit?
A +1, just a +1D.
I can't make it anyway, so it's pointless.
Oh my god! You could spend your nature.
Can I do that after I've already rolled?
Oh no!
Because I already rolled.
Yeah, I didn't know you rolled. I was out of fantasy grounds. So you're going to be tired.
I've got like 3
You shall now be
conditions.
tired.
Really kicking it.
Yeah, I'm angry, hungry, and thirsty as well. Oh well, at least we're in this together.
Hungry and thirsty is only one condition, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Okay, so can I use my trade? I mean, I already failed, so I couldn't use my trade against me to give me another check, right? In the player's turn.
Unfortunately, no. You already rolled. But you can spend a fate point and explore those 6s.
No, I'm gonna take it. I think that being tired after this whole bull hickey is fitting.
This is intense, yo. This is intense.
Yeah, we've been doing some crazy stuff in this game.
I just want us to get there, hatch closest Lockhaven, and we just pass out.
Literally.
I imagine that's what's going to happen, yeah. And Courage, did you roll your health?
I did. I got 5 successes.
Oh my gosh, Courage is the only one to pull through this.
Oh my gosh.
Without getting
it's
the
my endless
condition.
enthusiasm.
Well, there we go. You leave these bandits in the dust, literally.
Eat my dust!
And make your way to Lockhaven, where you immediately collapse. Once you are out of like their range, you like Bennett hooks you back into the saddles all over again. Just sort of breathing in this terrified breath, because this whole thing just startled the heck out of him, saying, "That was a real smart move there, Courage, Moira. Thought we might have to lose some of our, frankly, some of this food."
Well, without Moira, we wouldn't even be here right now. So Moira, I just want to say you're amazing and I like you a lot.
I just did what I had to do, you know. It's what I do.
Hell yeah.
Hutch looks over to you with his wide rabbit eyes, and they were panicked in that moment, but now they are peaceful and relaxed as he sort of wiggles his nose and says,
"Moira, you could have abandoned me. You would have left my children with no father like Bennett would have. You're a kind mouse."
I just wanted to make sure we all got out of that as non-violently as possible. But thank you.
And
yeah.
He begins to groom you as he is unloaded from his bulk. Like he starts, like that rabbit tongue just starts to like clean your ears.
Thanks. I just kind of stand there awkwardly and let it happen because she doesn't want to like argue.
Player's turn. What do you guys want to do? You have 1 check each, and you have 2 extra checks.
I guess get rid of a condition would be great.
Yeah, most certainly. Gwendolyn is grateful for you doing this. I will say that some of this radish, by the way, this load of radishes is being made into basically like emergency rations. Mm-hmm. So you will get the boon of, because your mission is complete, you will get the great boon of having no hungry and thirsty So go ahead and remove your hungry and thirsty because you're.
Hooray.
Hooray! Hooray!
Insane. So we have 3 checks.
You have 1 check each, and then 2 extra checks on top of that.
Cool. So I do remember I failed fighter once last time because I tried to do this exact same thing last time again. I'm going to go back to my tree and I'm just going to start whacking it with my sword, my needle, and I'm going to attempt to help improve fighter.
Please use a training sword.
I am.
Okay. What do you need? Do you need a failure or a pass?
So I've got 1 fail.
What's your fighter current? You just need 1 fail? Okay. Go ahead and just roll. I'm going to make it obstacle 3.
3. So I have 2 dice to roll.
Well, all right then. Like, what is the purpose of this training? Is it like to get your endurance up, I guess?
Get strong.
Okay, yeah.
I want to improve fighting.
Then yeah. Good. So, I just want to see if you are somehow able to scrounge up 2 successes.
Okay. I got a 2 and a 5.
Okay. Take hungry and thirsty again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you're gonna remain.
Boy.
You're a growing lad. Yes.
Yes.
As you try to build up your endurance and try to keep yourself swinging, despite. And what about the rest of you? I know we got lots of conditions.
I'm gonna use my check to get rid of tired. I'm gonna take a good nap. It's the daytime, so I'm gonna nap it out.
Honestly, yeah, I think I'm tempted to just say. I think we tried to cover this last time with recovering, and a nap just sort of gets rid of the condition. You can get a good night's rest.
Last time we had hungry and thirsty, and because we were within mouse guard stuff, we just got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say if you spend
I don't want to make any checks. I just want to get rid of the condition.
I think we should like spend a check to get a good night's rest, and I won't have you roll for it. I'll just have you spend the check.
That's fine.
Okay, and Heathcliff, you're spending 1 as well to get rid of tired. All right, that means we have 2 checks left for everybody to do something. Now, these checks can go to any one of you. They can be used to get rid of conditions. They can also be used to basically train up a skill or pursue a thread of lore if you want to do that. Or if you haven't completed your goal, you can do that as well.
My goal was to get stronger. So I technically haven't done that. But I am also angry.
What's your fighter right now?
2. With 2 failures under it.
2.
Yeah.
And 1 success?
I don't. Yes. I don't remember.
Because if you get 1 more success, if you get 1 more success, then you can level it up.
I could actually help you with that. I could actually help you with that because I'm angry. Yeah, if you don't mind some bruises because I'm angry, yeah.
Yeah, can we fight? Like
you could use instructor. Yeah. Okay. Do you have instructor?
What, sorry?
I do not have instructor. I have fighter 3.
Okay, so here's the thing. You can actually give courage a pass. Oh, what's your current nature, courage?
It's a 3.
It's a 3. Here's what you can do.
It used to be 5.
You can beginner's luck instructor, which is a skill. It would be obstacle 3 to teach courage a success.
So that's
So
for
it's totally
Heathcliff to do, I'm imagining. Yeah.
It would be half your will, however. You know what? Maybe it's half your will.
So this is
And you can use traits and persona points as well to buff that as much as you need.
What's your will, Heathcliff?
My will is 3.
So it'd be 2. I could use my determined. No, I've already used a trait.
Oh, you can't use anything, courage. You're being instructed.
Okay. Right.
He's trying to get past your mousy nature in order to get this into your head.
So if I use beginner's luck, because that's what I need for instructor, that's a 2 dice, I could use a persona point for tapping what?
Your nature. What is your current nature?
4.
You would add 4 dice to that.
Ooh.
Do you want to use a trait as well?
The only trait that I have is weather sense, and the only way I can think of using that is to do it like early morning, late at night, so that he doesn't overheat and
like a consistent training schedule?
Yeah. Like time the training with the weather so that our tiny little mouse bodies don't overheat.
I will allow
That's
it.
so smart.
Because you used such good logic there. So that would be 7 dice. Let's do it.
Let's do
it. Let's do it.
7 dice. Come on.
I need 3 successes. Come on.
There's no way we won't get 3. Oh,
just.
Oh, you got 3.
Just.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that other 5, and I was like, what? Yep.
Right.
Sweet. My fighter.
So, what do you teach? What do you teach courage specifically about fighting that makes courage's fighter go from 2 to 3? What is the lesson you impart?
Well, because I have a spear and I have an automatic success on feint, and because of my apiaries, I would probably teach how to feint and sting like a bee.
Boom.
Step to the side and stab from the side.
Appiarist coming in at the last minute.
Yeah, that's my liver. And trying to teach some like hive tactics and how bees fight when they are.
Are you a bee knight? Are you a knight of the bees?
Before this campaign ends, I'm gonna ride a bee or a bumblebee.
Yeah! I love it.
That's my.
A hornet probably would be able to carry you. Maybe not a bumblebee.
No, like
oh god,
probably a couple.
Oh god,
like
the story is about hornets in Asgard.
No, you just attach a bumblebee to each foot. It's fine.
Oh gosh, it's great. It's great.
He becomes Iron Man, but as a bee. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So, courage, you are going to level up your fighter from 2 to 3. Well done. You've become stronger.
Thank you.
And my nature goes from 4 to 3.
Yes, it does. But I think it was worth it.
No, totally.
Do we have any? What do you want to use the last check for now that you are back in Lockhaven? Everybody, you have one last check.
That's up to you.
I think courage and I did a lot, so that would be Moira's choice.
I mean, I still have a condition, so I guess I'll just get rid of my other condition with that check. The angry condition.
What is your last? Is it angry? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I want this to actually be something between you and Hutch because he is the source of your angry. He's going to give you helping dice for this because he has forgiven you for separating him from his children. He holds it against Bennett, but he no longer considers you a part of that. So it is obstacle 2 will to master your anger.
I do not succeed.
What? No.
It's okay.
Do you want to spend a fate point?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Yeah.
No,
That's better. Got it.
Moira, you
My
are
ang-
fantastic.
He just speaks in this hushed voice to you.
Do not be troubled. You are a magnificent. You are no baby.
I'm just doing my best. Let me check your foot. I want to make sure that it's not getting any worse, and like go around and do like
Oh my God.
gentle healer stuff.
It's good that you gave him attention when he was pierced so viciously by those contraptions, because they are healing well. He just needs to rest it for a while. Beyond that, he's just very grateful to you. And with that, if you guys want, we can go ahead and begin the awards.
I would like to ask Moira, I don't know if this happened already, because I would imagine that as guard mouse, we would have already reported of the bandits on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I would ask Moira, because you were given the letter.
Yeah, I mean, I gave the letter to Bennett when we got there, but I would be like, we're in another town right now, right? We got to somewhere else. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Lockhaven.
Just like, oh yeah, we're in Lockhaven. Yeah. So and like you come, I imagine Heathcliff like comes and asks.
Yeah.
And go like, well,
the matriarch trusted you with the mission.
I guess I should go and report to her. I was just making sure Hutch was okay. That first, then I'll go and speak to Gwendolyn and tell her about the bandits and everything, and it'll be fine. It's just a report, no problem. And I sort of like, you can come if you want, and like could go off towards where I can do that.
Absolutely. We can sort of close this with a report to Gwendolyn. Are you going with Moira?
I think I'm going to go find the closest apiary and listen to the soothing buzzing of bees.
Yeah.
So I stopped punching courage because that training was harsh.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I think your anger came through.
I guess I'll go and report back then. No need to play it out if you don't want to. It's literally just like, hey, there were some bandits at the end.
Gwendolyn will thank you profusely because the refugees have been very uppity and they have not enjoyed eating rationed meals. But this radish run is going to help make this transition easier.
Well, I certainly hope so.
She just
whatever you need from us next, I mean, just let us know, and I go back to the rest of the group, I think. And now we can do awards.
There are a lot of rolls in this session, and a lot of fate points burned. Let's get more fate points. So if you acted on your belief, and if you acted on your instinct, go ahead and earn a fate point. And those are the two insta. And I know goals were sort of hashed out sort of haphazardly. But go ahead and read us your goal and tell us if you were successful. Courage, I think you definitely got your goal. Your fighter became stronger. So
look at all those.
I think that's an immediate.
I mean, my goal was don't upset Hutch, and I did pretty well there.
You did really good. Is that a persona point or a fate point?
Oh, agree.
Goal.
That's a persona point.
Cool.
And yeah, Moira, go ahead and add Hutch as a friend on your character sheet.
Sweet.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You have a big, giant rabbit.
Who says, Moira, you are a good buddy.
That's me, a good buddy.
What about you?
I think that my belief was kind of, yeah, my instinct of kind of also gold, definitely. Because I managed to
yeah, you guys are
beat courage.
with, getting your goals slammed down. It's very nice.
So the goal is another fate or persona?
Persona. If you are unable to get your goal, then it's a fate. But you work towards it. Did anybody have a moment where they dramatically played against their belief? I don't think it came up this time.
No.
And in that case, we go immediately to, and this will be easy because we have 3 players and we have 3 rewards that can only go to 1 each. We have the workhorse, we have the embodiment, and we also have the, oh gosh, MVP.
MVP Moira. That save of the bunny was
yeah.
clutch.
Definitely.
All right.
We need
yeah,
that.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. That's...
You guys, okay, literally, we're short. We finished early, literally because Moira avoided all the conflicts I had ready for you.
Yeah.
That's literally.
I love it.
We didn't spend another like hour and a half playing a conflict. It's wondrous. I'm so proud.
Sorry but I'm really glad that your prep went to waste then.
No, not. This was fantastic. You guys earned a victory like this. I think you earned it. Personally, I feel like, I know that courage did a lot of rolling.
Yeah.
So
workhorse probably courage, definitely. Like there's a lot of rolling.
Yeah, but like
so much rolling.
But Heathcliff came through in the player's turn to give you that fighter's instructor check.
True.
I feel like if he hadn't done that, he could have finished his anger, could have recovered his anger. So I think that's kind of a
Or it's the embodiment of his character. If they
honestly,
the same.
I feel like both of you sort of fit into these categories at the same time.
Yeah,
but at the very least, each of you is going to get.
God bless you, Gesundheit.
Both of you will get a persona point for your play in this session.
High five. High five.
Yeah, high fives all around. Gosh darn. We are sadly down, Misha, but I feel like you will have a story to tell once we reconvene as the year of the bear continues.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it's funny how it shows
what
because the skills.
It's like I'm wondering like how that would have changed if fighter is one of the skills that Misha has. I wonder if we would have had that conflict and it would have crushed it too. But you left those bandits in the dust. It's going to be interesting to see what becomes of them because we've
got enemies. We got a lot of enemies.
They're still out there. That's the thing. They're still out there. Let's go ahead and do outros. Give us who you are and what you thought of today's session and just stuff like that.
Emma, do you want to go first?
Okay. Hello. I'm Emma. At Emma on Twitter. The first Emma is spelled AEMA, then _ Emma. And yeah, I am just posting about D&D, posting about RPG games, about Mouse Card, and I do illustrations and character commissions on the side. So if you want to see your characters come to life, please check out my work. And if you like it, send me a message. But yeah, no, I'm loving this game so far and loving this group. It's great. And thank you for watching.
Excellente. Tell us about yourself, Elf. give us the lowdown.
Hello, friends. I'm Distracted Elf. I'm a streamer. You can hit me up at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter @DistractedElf. If you want to see more of me today, I'm playing D&D after this at around 1 p.m. PST over on twitch.tv/DND for Dragon Heist.
Getting that heist going on. Are you rich yet?
Yes.
I've not read Dragon Heist, so
It's a good module. It's a good game.
Lovely. And to our final mouse, Will, give us your outro.
Hi, I'm Guillermo, Will_Knight3 on Twitter, where I talk about D&D and pretty much nothing else. Still on the hunt for the other Will Knights 1 and 2, no luck yet. And my favorite part of today is that today wasn't a good day, and then I got to be with you, and you made it better. And I'm good now.
Hooray!
So good game, good people. I like it.
I'm glad your day was better.
I'm glad to hear that, and that is the magic of tabletop role-playing games.
Nice.
And I'm just myself. You can find me on the forefront, where I also up like this and try to stomach through the horrors of mascara and not be so guttural about it when I'm live. Actually, yeah, maybe that's what I can do to solve it, Elf, so that nobody hears my horrific screams. We can just go live and I'll do my makeup live, so I have to consider the audience as well.
You know, there is a button on vMix that mutes your microphone. I'm just saying, you know, for future reference.
The shade. The shade.
Oh my god, it's there.
Wait, did you really not know that?
Wait a second, is that news to you?
This is great. I love this game so much. You learn a little every day.
Guess what? You can find me elsewhere where I'm not this doom. Like on the Greyhawk channel, where I'm gonna play Liberation of Joff at 8 p.m. EST, and on Sundays I play 4th edition D&D because I like it. And gosh darn, that's all I got for you. Bye, everybody. We had a fun day. I'm tired. Let's wave, because I want to say goodbye to you. Farewell, everybody.
Bye-bye,
and have a
guys.
splendid day.
Thanks
Hope your
for
week goes
watching.